Soccer is back in the Rose City. It's the 2017 Thorns Spring Invitational presented by Tillamook from Providence Park as the Thorns get set to take on the Chicago Red Stars, a rematch of two teams that made it to the postseason last year in the NWSL. As we welcome you into Providence Park in Portland, Oregon. It is a rainy afternoon, but we're excited to be with you, Tom Kolker, Janine Sbarra. Janine, it's always exciting to have Thorns soccer back.
It is. You know, it's springtime, soccer games being played. It's beautiful soccer weather. It's just what we want to do and get ready to get going.
Preseason's been about 4 weeks for the Thorns, so it's always good to get out and play another opponent, and especially one that you're going to face during the regular season.
It is. They've had a couple of scrimmages. To be able to bring these teams in and play against NWSL teams is huge to really kind of calibrate yourself and also have a barometer of where you are and what you've been doing.
Let's talk about our players to watch. For the Thorns, it's the goalkeeper, Adi French. Really has a chance to establish herself as the true number one this year.
Chaz Betos has moved overseas and is playing over there, and they kind of were working together, but for that one spot last year. So it opens up that spot. She's had a few injuries, previously in 14, so she's been kind of out of it, but she's fully coming back in. She's back in with the national team, getting a little shot there, so she's ready to go and establish herself as a starting keeper.
For the Red Stars, a dynamic forward from Boston College, Stephanie McCaffrey.
She's so exciting. She's quick, she's thoughtful, she's creative. I mean, she really does a lot. You've got to watch her all the time because she could do some real big damage.
Thorns are led by head coach Mark Parsons in his second season.
He's doing a great job. He's come over from Washington. He's had great experience at the youth level. He's young himself, but he's just done such a wonderful job putting this team together and really getting them to gel and playing wonderful soccer.
Let's take a look at the Thorns starting lineup for this match against the Red Stars. It's the second game of the afternoon. We saw the U23s take on the Dash and win that game 1-0, but I know one player you're anxious to see along that back line, Ray, getting started right back.
She is. She's come on last year and really gotten herself a place and got her played in to the point where she's on the roster now and starting at the outside back, so it's going to be really exciting to see.
Chicago Red Stars are led by head coach Rory Dames, who's been with the program since 2011.
Big history in Chicago. He's done a lot there again, starting with the youth program all the way up and then taking over the women. Had tremendous success with the Red Stars.
He looks really excited. Let's take a look at their starting lineup. And two players that we are not going to see, two big names with U.S. soccer, Kristen Press, Julie Johnson, one getting married, the other attending the wedding.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if that's okay or not, but I guess we'll let them get away with it for this. We'll miss them. I know their team will miss them. They've got some great players there.
I know DiBernardo is another player you like in the middle.
Captain in the middle. They talk a lot about that midfield, how strong it is, and she's one of those people that really solidifies it and brings them just a lot of experience.
The results are always important, but this preseason tournament more about working on what you want to establish in the regular season and fine-tuning for that first game.
Right, you're kind of trying to set your direction for your season and where you're trying to go, and just, again, fine-tune what you want the team to be.
It was Nadia Nadim who led the team last year. 9 goals, that was 4th best in WSL. It's all Christine Sinclair up top, so still plenty of dynamic players. There's Mallory Weber, who's getting the start up on the wing for Tobin Heath today. Thorns in the black, Red Stars in the blue and red. Thorns will be working left to right here in the first half. Good crowd on hand for this second game of the Spring Invitational, and we are underway from Providence Park. Appreciate you joining us here on the stream. And it's the Red Stars pushing early in Thorns territory down the right wing. And there's Allie Long. Takes away the ball momentarily. The Red Stars get it right back. Both teams just sort of feeling things out here in the opening moments of the match. And Allie Long taking it away again, and now the Thorns will work out of the back. Bure, her first touch of the match. Imagine pretty nervy, moments from the opening part of the match here for both sides.
Yeah, you've seen them come out with a little bit of energy. It's nice to see that right off the bat they're kind of trying to go at it, like you said. They're trying to figure out each other's games and what they're trying to do, but there's some really good speed so far, and see if they kind of settle in the first couple minutes.
There's a turnover and a chance for McCaffrey. Top of the box, takes the shot, goes off of Long. Trying to chip it back into the 18, making a run down that right flank that time. Reitzman, and it will go out. Looked like it went out momentarily. It will be a throw-in over our first corner of the game. So an early opportunity here for the Red Stars. How much do you work on set pieces in preseason in anticipation of a match like this?
It's always standard of what you do. You have your offensive work, your defensive work, and then you've got your set pieces, because they're going to happen. They're not the highest percentage of the game, but there's something that's so important, and so a huge amount of goals come off of these set pieces.
Bernardo will take this one, plays it toward the top of the 6, and we have a whistle, and it's going to go against the Red Stars for a push.
A little bit of congestion in there. You see Franch come out, though, and she's trying to establish her position and say, look, you're coming into my box, and I'm going to come out and try to challenge for that ball. So it's a good outing from her. Would have liked to see her make a little contact, but again, it was very congested in there in that play.
And it's nice as a goalkeeper, you get some early touches, get a feel for the game right away.
Same thing you said, kind of first touch. You're talking about Bure when she first gets the ball, even a little bit more so with the goalkeeper, because you're back there so much of your time is by yourself. When you get that ball first, it kind of allows you to calm down just a little bit.
Red Stars attacking down the near flank, and they earn a throw-in. This is the second match of the day. The US U23 is taking on the Houston Dash, a 1-0 win. And we'll see the Thorns take on the US U23s Wednesday at 7:30. You can catch that one right here on the screen. And it is Nadia Nadim helping out defensively, but the Red Stars get it right back. They play for McCaffrey through the middle. Reitzman, ball pokes out to midfield. But early on here, at least, we're seeing the Red Stars with some pretty good possession.
Yeah, they've come in and they're up in the attacking third a little bit, and we're only just under 3 minutes into the game, so it's a good bout of energy from them.
Had a chance to catch up with head coach Mark Parsons before the match, and I know one thing he's really excited about is as soon as it's over to get all the film. As a coach, you start breaking things down immediately. There's no waste of time, and you get a full 90 minutes to kind of look at how your side is playing. Yeah,
he's full on in that preseason mode where he's trying to get his team together and figure out all the things that they need to work on, and he wants to see it on film, not only for himself, but I think he really believes in putting these clips together to show his team so that they have a really good picture of where they are and have a better understanding of what they need to do and what their roles are.
Red Stars with Casey Short getting the start at left back, playing it up top as they work down the near sideline. First opportunity of the day going to the Red Stars on a corner kick set piece, but a foul was called. Chicago 9-5-6 last season, finished in 3rd place. 33 points, fell to the Washington Spirit 2-1 in the semifinals of the playoffs. Both these teams making it to postseason play last year, as Nadia Nadim trying to work away from traffic, and a whistle and a foul. Good work there by the right wing. Nadia Nadim, 20 starts last season, 9 goals, 3 assists. He was 4th best in the league. And a free kick here for the Thorns. 35 yards out.
So again, you're talking about free kicks. You see what the Thorns have planned on their first free kick, and see if that changes at all with other opportunities that they get later in the game.
Umani shim over it with their left foot, playing it into the box. Takes a bounce.
Ali Long wasn't too far off of that one. Yeah, took a nice little bounce. Goalkeeper got a little bit lucky.
Take another look here, and Shim played a nice ball in with some pace.
Good service, a little bit of a bend on there. Just Ali Long just couldn't quite get her foot on that one. Again, a little bit lucky for the keeper, but a good opening look for the Thorns.
Ideally, as the keeper, do you want to attack that ball versus letting it bounce in front of you like that?
More can happen if it does bounce, so you're right. You know, you definitely want to try to put it in your hands. It's the safest place there is for it to be.
Thorns attacking left to right here in the first half. And they work it through the middle.
Good to see Henri back.
Playing the ball down the line for Weber. Weber going 1v1 just outside the 18, makes a move toward the byline. A nice strong move, now plays it across. Takes a deflection. Weber showing some good pace. Thorns win it right back. Klingenberg. Ball switched to the near side for Bouret. Will have time and space to operate. Play it back. Sonnet will turn away from the pressure. Here's Long. Emily Sonnet playing it across the field. Klingenberg. Menges. This is a very good back line for the Thorns. They allowed just 19 goals in 20 matches. Two very good defenses as well. Chicago, one of the better defensive teams in the league last year. The goals will not be able to be easy to come by in this one. Ball played out wide. Marie down the flank. And skips over the foot that time of Weber.
It's going to be an interesting little matchup between Bouret is playing pretty high and getting forward, and you've got Casey Short on the outside, so they're going against each other a bit. And Casey Short was recently called into the U.S. team, so it's going to be a really interesting kind of, you know, young versus someone who's getting the experience out there to see kind of what happens in this game.
7th minute here, we're scoreless from Providence Park. Thorns taking a little more possession here in the last few minutes. Menges. Long sitting very deep right now in a holding midfield role. Henri skips over her foot, and Chicago will play it out of the back. Michelle Dalton in goal. 7 appearances last year. With 3 years at Wisconsin, was the 2010 Big Ten goalkeeper of the year. She will elect to clear it toward midfield.
It's good pressure from Menges to kind of force that ball back.
You're short with some time and space. Now on the Thorns half of the field, making a run in the middle, trying to play it across. McCaffrey not reading that. And it goes back to the Thorns. Switched into the middle for Ali Long. Long spinning away from pressure. Back-to-back NWSL best 11s for Ali Long. Menges pushing it forward. She was also a best 11. Now a ball down the line. Thorns on the attack. A 3-on-3 opportunity left wing. Henri pushing toward the edge. Now cutting into the middle. And good defensive work by the Red Stars that time. Gordon got a piece of it. That was a nice build up there. Yeah,
it's good to see Mallory Weber getting in. She's really trying to take on 1v1, which sometimes, you know, hard to get players to do, but that's exactly what Mark Parsons wants them to do. Go at that team and be really aggressive offensively.
Time and space here for Naughton. So played out wide and some room on the wing for the Red Stars. Played in the middle for McCaffrey. Nodded forward by Sonnet. Here's a shot from distance. Off the crossbar. It stays in play. France just got a piece of it. Maybe that surprised her a little bit. How about that shot from distance from Courtney Reitzman?
I think they got a little lucky with Sonnet playing. She had a really good positioning in there and was able to kind of cut that first ball out, giving France just a little bit of time. But that was a great save. She got to it. And that ball was going in.
Rio elect to play back to Menges, product of Georgetown University. 3rd round pick, 2014. And now some pressure by the Red Stars. It's played back in to French. French 6 starts last season, allowed just 3 goals. 5 shutouts. More pressure here by the Red Stars. Played again back to France. Still scoreless, but a good opportunity a minute ago for the Red Stars. A heavy touch by France. Squirts out. Fortunate break there for the Thorns.
Starting to see some of that improved foot skill that Mark Parsons was talking about. France has really done a great job with that.
Sinclair looking to turn. Good switch to the near side and some room for the Thorns to build. Bourret pushing up down the right flank. Bourret looking to work on Reitzman. Will play it back. There's Sonnet. Long now turning away again from pressure. She'll look to play it back to the top of her own box. All right. Klingenberg. Nice little give and go with Henri. Sinclair. Good movement here by the Thorns and a nice switch. Bourret's going to have time and space outside the 18 down the right wing. A little bit of a heavy touch. And then a whistle as Reitzman was back defensively.
That's really good ball movement by the Thorns. You say them go all the way out to the left side and then bring the ball back through Sinclair. She switches the ball. It's really nice, just trying to move the defense, getting them going side to side, and find the openings and include everybody in the play.
Take another look at that save by French, and see it was a nice cross ball.
See really good positioning here from Sonnet. Was able to cut that first ball out. Gets a little bit of time. No pressure on the ball, allows the shot, but France just gets her hand on it. Again, great save by her.
Athletic dive that time. The ball just bounced up perfectly that time for Reitzman just to drill it. 11th minute, we're scoreless, but a couple opportunities here for the Red Stars in the opening moments of this match. All right, now working on the near sideline, trying to keep it in play, and it goes out for a throw-in. Thorns last year, 12-3-5. They started out the season on a 12-game unbeaten streak. Went on to win the Shield on 41 points. And losing a heartbreaker in the semifinals to the New York Western Flash 4-3. They have two teams that made it to postseason play last year. Expectations to get back there again. Here's Emily Menges.
They have such a great core of their players back without major changes to their group that they really can do that, and they've got the momentum. Second year, things generally just get better with the players gelling and with the coach kind of continuing to emphasize that.
Here's a turnover. Reitzman from the top of the box can't get a lot behind that one. It's kind of tough though when you look at this Thorns roster. There's so many international players before that are going to be gone here in the next few days. It's tough to keep that consistency when you have so many key players going in and out because of national team duty. A
little bit, what it really does in this part of the season is give the coach the opportunity to see everybody, and this is a great year because we're not losing players for, long periods of time. Just briefly here before that window closes, that international window closes. So they'll be here for the whole season.
Free kick here for Vanessa DiBernardo. 20 starts last year, 2 assists. Led the team in minutes, over 1,700 minutes played for DiBernardo. She'll put it on frame. Launch there again.
It's a long enough shot that goalkeeper has not too much problem with it. She's able to time that one really well. Nice, pretty dive. Not super challenging for her. That's a good long-range shot. I mean, she hit it well, but nothing that's that dangerous.
Well, France is certainly getting some work in the first 12 minutes of this match.
It's good. It's good. That's what you want to do. You don't want to stand back there and be bored. You want to be a part of the game, and especially these early ones, so you can establish yourself with your defense.
Ranch under some pressure, playing it short. Henri pushing it out wide to Menges. Thorns operating out of the back. Talking to Mark Parsons before this match. He wants to be a team that can build out of the back, possess, create spacing.
Yeah, he might rethink his timing just a little bit. I mean, I like that France is so involved. Sometimes a little bit worrisome for me.
Weber, a nice long run into the middle, trying to play it out to Sinclair. Kind of got stuck on her foot, but that was a nice 40-yard run. The heart of the defense. Lillian playing it toward midfield. We're scoreless here in the 14th minute. Thorns get it back. It's going to be Bourret with time to operate. Chipping it in the box that time, looking for Sinclair. That had a little too much on it. Steen Sinclair, product of the University of Portland. 255 caps for Canada, 167 goals. Second most all-time in Canadian history, men or women, in terms of goals scored. Nice when you can have that kind of offense up top. Your number 9 role.
It's always good to have threats.
Long winning it back right away for the Thorns. And they build. Ray will have time to run onto it. Sonnet. Long playing pretty deep here. You see now where she's almost been like a 5th defender a lot. There's a nice ball over the top. Weber, time to operate, 3-on-3 opportunity, playing it across. It'll go out. First corner kick of the game for the Thorns.
Yeah, you can see she's really trying to come in there, and they want to play through their midfielder. It's a great first touch by Klingenberg, just to be able to bring it down, looking for service in there, able to get it off. Just very good defending by Naughton.
A nice run by Klingenberg out of the back. Chance here for Thorns. Jim will take it. Goes toward the top of the 6, headed out by the Red Stars. Thorns get possession right back. Bure. Played into the middle to Menges. Klingenberg. Diagonal ball toward the top of the 18. All right, heading it forward. Ball goes into some space. Shim over there. She'll collect it toward the byline. It's a good job of keeping it in play, but no trouble that time for Dalton.
It's a really dangerous ball, and nice to see out of the back that diagonal ball across the top to the opposite side of the 18. Really can catch those defenders off. So it's nice to see that they're mixing up. It's not just going end line, but you're changing. You're trying to attack them in different ways and finding where those holes are. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of intelligence to think about the game that way and to play that way.
Lana Shim, a crafty player, 4 goals, 4 assists last year in 18 appearances. Now the Red Stars with some room to operate. It's Casey Short looking toward the top of the 18. They're back to midfield. Sinclair back to knock it down. It's taken off her foot. And Chicago controls. They operate right to left here in the first half. They're Short under some pressure. Nadeem wins it back. A heavy touch there, falls to Sinclair. And Chicago controls right at midfield. Say early on, Chicago had the edge, I would say, in possession, but really the last 4 or 5 minutes, it's been mostly the Thorns. Yeah,
I think they slowed the tempo down a little bit as far as being a little bit more methodical. Like you said, coming out of the back, they really want to build and kind of move the ball around. So they have possession, kept possession, and that does change momentum and then allow them to do a little bit more and take some of the power away from Chicago.
Bernardo had it taken off her foot. Chicago gets it back. Gordon went to the top of the box for Dalton. Dalton 7 starts last year. Here's Sinclair pushing it out wide. Shim racing to the corner. Thorns pushing players forward.
I'd like to see Sinclair turn on that a little bit faster and take the ball herself. I thought that she was in really good position to kind of attack the goal and just try it and see how soft the defense is.
Thorns regrouping just shy of midfield. Long. And even punching it out wide. Bure. There's some pressure. And we'll go out for a Thorns throw-in. Portland 8-1-1 here at Providence Park last season. It was by far the best home field advantage in all of the NWSL. Led the league in attendance, averaging over 16,000 fans per match, doubling more than the second best team in Orlando. Here's Sonnet, some good work to win it back.
Some really good footwork from Emily Sonnet to step in there, cut that ball out, and then be ready to go forward again.
Jim playing it out wide. You get a chance to do all the games here for the Thorns. It really is a unique home field advantage for these players to play in front of this big crowd.
It is great atmosphere, and it really is. It kind of gives you that full feeling of what it really like, or what it can be to be out there, and it adds to that excitement, that energy, and gives the players that extra boost that they can really utilize.
Jim from Honolulu, Hawaii. Nice switch. Bure's got a lot of time to operate. A couple dribbles. Long playing it forward. Need a little bit of a heavy touch there. One right back by Chicago. And now they will race the other way. Long ball play down the line. McCaffrey touching it into the middle. And there's Henri working back defensively. Nice work by the midfielder.
It's a really good team defending there, ready to win the ball back.
Scoreless here in the 20th minute. Tom Colker, Janine Spar, thanks for joining us here on the stream. 2017 preseason invitational presented by Tillamook. It was the US U23s defeating the Houston Dash 1-0 in our first match. We'll see the U23s on Wednesday at 7:30, then the Dash at the end of the week. But a critical tournament for all these teams as they get ready for the start of regular season play.
Nice to get those early looks at those teams, and also our U23 team. It's nice to see them out and playing teams and get them kind of highlighted a little bit as well, so everybody knows what's going on in our youth programs in the country.
Gordon. Naughton. She'll try a long diagonal, knocked down by Bourret. How do you think Bourret looks early on here, making her debut right back?
She's doing her job, you know. I think she could probably play just a little bit quicker, get the ball off her foot a little bit faster, you know, but she's doing great. She's where she's supposed to be. You know, she's always giving that support ahead of the ball or giving the team width, which I think Mark has, you know, asked her to do. So, you know, so far she's doing really well.
Lindbergh with the throw in. No time to operate. Henri spinning away from a couple defenders, still with it on her right foot. Turnover and a chance for the Red Stars to attack. 1-on-3, McCaffrey takes the shot. It's deflected and blocked. Mangus got a piece of it. It'll go out for a corner kick. But a giveaway leads to an opportunity for the Red Stars.
A little bit of ambitious from Henri to hit that ball all the way back. Again, she's, you know, trying to collect the ball, keep it. It's just a bit of a long distance, but the defense had enough time and space. They're able to kind of close it down and not get something too dangerous. Unfortunately, just gave away the corner.
DiBernardo will take this. Franch's left. This is for the top of the 6, headed out of the area. Line drive, corner kick. The ball flicked back in, but no one able to make a run that time for Chicago, and it'll go out for a goal kick.
I think that was Allie Long in there. You know, she's got that, spending that little time at the center back position with the U.S. team, so got those more defensive roles honed on her right now.
Scoreless, 22nd minute. Thorns with it in the black. Lindbergh play in the middle to Shim. Shim playing a long ball, more direct this time for Sinclair, is trying to make a run onto it. Sinclair in a one-on-one battle with Naughton. Good hustle by Naughton to get back, but Steve Sinclair earns the throw-in. Taken quickly. Weber. Shim with the left foot. And a save by Dalton.
Nice to get that shot off again, a little bit far outside. She's not on the run, so it does take a little power off the shot. Mallory Weber running across, just kind of laying off the ball for Shim. Able to get something on it, not too much. Ball's kind of caught underneath her a little bit, but again, it's good to see them looking at goal and trying to go forward.
You think about the role of Shim in the number 10 spot and all the weapons. You got to have a smile on your face when you think Sinclair. He's not in there right now, but you know, obviously dynamic player. Nadine, what she can do. You got a lot of options to spread the ball around to.
You do. If they're playing for your team, yes. If they're playing against your team, no.
Long under a little bit of pressure. It's a good job to recover. Gets it back from Sonnet. Alleviate a little bit of that. And playing it toward midfield. Some better work here the last minute or so by the Red Stars. Of course, they're without 2 key players today. Joined us into the pregame. Kristen Press, Julie Johnson. Julie Johnson getting married today. Kristen Press attending the wedding.
Congratulations,
so, yes.
by the way. All the best.
Chicago attacking. DiBernardo playing it across. Opportunity there for Chicago. McCaffrey. There's a shot, and it's blocked again by Mangus.
Good. You can hear the Thorns goalkeeper really organizing back there and telling their defenders what to do, which is good. You've got this group that's just a little bit different than it usually is with Bourret in there, but trying to get everybody on the same page and keep that defense really tight and knock down on any of those dangerous chances.
DiBernardo trying to play it down the line. Chicago attacking down the right flank. That time we were cutting that off. Thorns still looking really for a real good scoring opportunity. Shim's shot from distance, not bad, but Dalton, a relatively easy save. And here's a chance. Long racing through the middle. Play down the line. Sinclair toward the byline. Trying to get back. Long calling for it. That pass is blocked. Sinclair will get it back. Into the middle. Henri. Time, space. Thought about lining it up. She'll push it down the line for Bourret. Toward the byline. The cross. The header. Long. It's taken down. Penalty.
That was a great ball in by Bourret. Monachine is able to get her head on it.
It was the key that she didn't waste any time, just a one touch back across.
She didn't, you know, and Allie Long is covering a lot of ground. I mean, she's all the way back in the defense up top. And this is just a really nice ball. She needs to play that ball one time. Shim just keeps it alive. Allie's in great position and just gets a little bit of a run into by the defender.
How do you get Nadeem to take it? You got, if you're Mark Parsons, a plethora of options to take this. And it will be the leading goal scorer from the 2016 campaign. 9 goals for Nadia.
That's the nice thing is you can let these players, you know, figure it out for themselves.
They sort
basically.
it out there, so you don't have to say
Who's feeling it, right? If you're feeling it, you take it. You don't get in the way of that, and you've got a lot of options. So it's just a good thing to have.
Nadeem over it. 1-0.
Nice finish. Hit that one with enough strength. Keeper got a hand on it. Still couldn't quite save it.
And the Thorns take the lead in the 27th minute.
Hits it really nice and hard. Some good strength behind it. Has a good approach. Great angle at it. Just does a really good job. Keeper didn't have much of a chance.
You said though, Dalton guessed correctly. She went to the right side.
She did, you know, she got a good amount of her hand on it, but with that much speed going in that direction, it's just a really hard ball to save.
Oh, it's the Thorns on top, 1-0, 27th minute. Ball out of bounds throw in here for Portland. And it'll be the U23s on Wednesday at 7:30, and then Saturday the Houston Dash. So a 7:30 start right here from Providence Park. So Nadeem gets Portland on the scoreboard. They lead at 1-0. We're trying to keep it in. Earns another throw in. Klingenberg will take it. Chicago winning it back. They look to operate through the middle. McCaffrey trying to make a run onto it. Long wins it right back. Branch. You get a lot behind that clearance. Skips over Short's foot. And now she's in a battle with Nadeem. A throw in for Chicago.
Thorns getting some great help from both of their, you know, holding mids or their defensive mids. You've got Long in there who's doing, you know, a great job. Doing a little bit end to end, but, you know, playing really well back right in front of the defense. You've got Henri as well. You know, twice she's tracked back and really kind of cut out dangerous situations. And that is so helpful for a team that you know someone's running through and that you're going to get that help. And it's not just going to be that player running at your defensive line the whole time.
Thorns beat Chicago last season, June 22nd, right here at Providence Park. A 2-0 win in that affair. Of almost 17,000 as Rancho Alexa just clear that one out. And a 1-1 draw June 12th at Chicago. Back on June 12th. Short with a throw in, playing it toward the top of the 18. Chicago trying to work a little give and go. It falls back to the right foot of Short into the middle. And Bernardo, good switch out to the far side of the field. Some room for the Red Stars to operate. Gillian has it poked off her foot. We go the other way. Time trying to spring Sinclair. The ball had too much pace on it.
Unfortunate low ball, just a little bit too long over the top, and Sig was facing a 1v3, so it was going to be a difficult situation anyway. But again, it's good to see attack. You want to see immediate attack. Weber's really trying to put them under pressure and go at them.
Weber for Sinclair, top of the box, the shot, and the save by Dalton.
trying to place it, got a little bit of a bent ball, but again, her momentum slowed on her a little bit, so she didn't have quite as much power to make it a dangerous opportunity.
Ball through the middle that time.
Yeah, really got to generate a little bit more momentum with your leg in order to get that ball cooking a little bit faster.
Thorns operating out of the back. They lead at 1-0. The penalty kick goal by Nadia Nadim in the 26th minute. The difference so far here in the first half. Long, Sonnet. They build again out of the back. Bure does a good job to keep that in play and then earns a throw-in. How many games would you say it takes you to actually get in being match fit during a season? Is it?
I think some of my friends are laughing that you're asking me how to be fit, just because I was a goalkeeper. So might not be the fittest person, but you know, depends on the game too. You know, you need a couple games in to get up to that speed. You do most of it in practice, but as you get into your season, you get more and more fit, and then that's the hard part is who you're facing and what kind of games you're facing as well, and does it happen?
There's an errant pass, goes out of bounds. Portland on top 1-0. Nadia Nadim in the 26th minute on the penalty kick drawn by Ali Long. There's a handball on Sinclair. It'll go back to Chicago.
Unfortunate, but good pressure from Sinclair up top.
We saw some early good possession by Chicago. The best look for them, Courtney Reitzman from 20 yards out on a bullet and a diving save by Franch. Just got a piece of it, ended up deflecting it off of the crossbar. That was a really good opportunity for Chicago in the opening 10 minutes of the match.
A really great save early on.
Bure now playing it into the middle, floating it for Sinclair. Just couldn't get to it.
It's not bad service, you're asking Bure to do that and get those balls in. Sinclair makes a really nice run, so the service just a little bit off, but again, you see where they're trying to go with it, and they have some really good ideas.
Bure, a product of Cal. Well played down the line for McCaffrey. Good read again that time by the back line for Portland. Sinclair, crafty touch. And she'll hold it up for some teammates to join. Nadim on the attack.
She's in, but you see Nadim kind of hold up and try to look. She doesn't have that outright speed that everybody has, or not everybody, but a lot of players have. So she, elects to kind of work the ball and try to play through the mid a little bit more.
Here's Shim, edge of the 18, whipping it in. Well, skips out the other side. And we'll go out for a Thorns throw-in. I think if you're head coach Mark Parsons, you really got to like the way the team settled down after the opening 5-10 minutes of the match. They've really controlled things since that point in terms of possession and creating opportunities.
Yeah, like you said, Chicago in the first 3 minutes had some opportunities. It was up in the attacking, their attacking third. Thorns finally, kind of took care of the ball a little bit more, moved it around, settled in. So it looks really good, and I think that's what Mark is trying to get them to play like, with that calm confidence in that ball movement.
Caffrey leaving it back. Thorns winning it back. That time Shim volley. Nobody making a run. It will go out for a goal kick here in the 34th minute. Thorns on top 1-0. If you're just joining us, Nadia Nadim on a penalty kick goal that was drawn on a run by Ali Long. She slipped by the defense on a nice little ball played in by Shim. Creating the opportunity. And Nadim went top shelf to give Portland the lead here at home. Short trying to make a long run for Chicago. Ball's going to check up, stay in play. Bure gets there first.
Speaking of control, you have Sonnet back there again, a little bit on the younger side. So much poise, collects the ball. She's thinking the game. It's not just about getting that ball back from Bure and hitting it up top, but keeping it, going back a little bit. And now they're trying to build through the backs, through the midfield up top.
Sonnet just 23 years old. The ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Mac Herman semifinalist.
I have shoes older than that.
#1 overall draft pick in the WSL draft. Sinclair on the move. Weber back to Sinclair.
See, on that, I would have liked to see Weber take a shot.
Is it tough when you're a young player like that and you know you have one of the best goal scorers of all time just sitting in the middle? You almost feel like you have to get it back to her. Can't be as selfish.
Sometimes it's youth that does that. Sometimes it's the mentality that a lot of women are raised with. You know, it's kind of, you're always looking for the pass, look for the pass.
Nice flick over top. McCaffrey keeps it in play. Stephanie McCaffrey from Boston College. And the Thorns there to clear it up with Bure.
It's so interesting to see these players developing. You know, I'm just watching Emily Sonnet as they're setting up for this corner kick. And she's, you know, giving a lot of really good advice. I mean, she's just in there and she's doing her job, and she's telling everybody, you know, not everybody, but what they should be doing and getting things sorted out. It's great to see these players stepping up and just being players.
Cola Perico will take this corner kick. This is toward the top of the 6. And again by Long. Nadim punches it out wide. Everyone's looking to counter. It's a long ball. We're trying to make a run. She'll earn a throw in. Chicago looking just to clear it out.
So important without little energy like that. You know, you don't get the pressure, and that back just turns around and comes back at the Thorns. You get the player to go up there, pressure the ball, make her do something. Thorns win the ball back.
Henry looking to get into Klingenberg. Thorns win it back. Sinclair pokes it away, but a foul's going to be called on Christine Sinclair. And we'll go back to Chicago with 37th minute.
Disbelieving of that call, maybe a tad there. But it's good effort. Again, you know, you never doubt Sinclair is going to give 100%. I mean, she always just works hard day in and day out.
McCaffrey trying to post up outside the area. Chicago now working down the near flank with Short. Edge of the 18, left wing. Good ball in. Back post. It's headed over to the crossbar. What a great ball. Served in back post that time by Casey Short.
It was a great ball, you know, and Klingenberg was right there on the player. And I don't know if it's just a little bit of a height difference. But she's got her position, but still gets out jumped basically by the player. Dangerous opportunity for Chicago.
Thorns going to the bench here. Nadim will come out. And it is Haley Rasso checking in.
So that kind of goes as planned too well for Mark Parsons' plan. He was talking a little bit about Nadim, about certain players and amount of minutes, and everything is very thought out of what he wants to do and how much time he wants to give each player, considering where they are, what they're doing in their own, you know, if they're recovering from something or if they're having a little bit of knock here or there from the preseason. So this is something that Mark had planned to put Haley Rasso in, and talked a lot about what she can do and how dangerous she can be. And she really adds an element of speed up top for the Thorns.
20 appearances last year, 6 starts. A game-winning assist on Henri's goal in the a goal by Horan in the 90th minute against Orlando last year. That's you go back to the idea of juggling minutes. That's a tough thing to do as a head coach when you got players who maybe was the national team, played a lot of games. Some players coming in fresh for preseason. Not everybody's on the same page in terms of where they are.
Right, and people do need different things. So it's nice to see. And again, you know, he's very meticulous in all of his planning and what he does. So you know that this was something that he set out to do, and able to give other people time to kind of see where they are and put them against the NWSL teams.
The goal scorer off for Portland, Nadim on the penalty kick. That's the difference so far in this match. The 26th minute. Chicago now. They operate on the right flank. A direct ball played down the middle. On the attack again. Motts. Well, chipped across the field. Short, knocking down. She played that last service in so well. And that's going to go out. Good work again by the right back. Casey Short. And it will be a corner kick. Another one here for Chicago. Colaprico over to take it. Seen Ali Long clean up the last few of these. Come in the area.
Again, position near that near post to cut out that really direct ball. Ali Long is there again and able to clean it up.
Reitzman, who's had the best look for Chicago, she sent one on a screamer that Franz got a piece of and deflected off of the crossbar, stayed out. That was Chicago's best opportunity so far of this first half. A dangerous ball across by Henri. Poorly controls.
Again, you see those two players, Long and Henri, involved in those plays, like really just helping that defense out.
Brasso's first touch.
And not that they need it. I'm just saying that they're working hard. They're doing a great job, and that's a great thing to have in there. That's just so much help that makes it more difficult and really wears down the opponent.
Good switch by the Thorns. Now punching it forward, looking for Sinclair. That run well by Chicago. Red Stars finishing in third last year. 9-5-6 overall record, falling to the Washington Spirit 2-1 in the semifinals. Both these teams make it to the semifinals after the Thorns won the Shield that started the season. 12-game unbeaten streak.
Wow.
It's remarkable.
Unbelievable.
You ever run like that as a coach?
As a coach?
Yeah, 12 straight.
Yeah, sure. Lots of them. lots and lots of them.
You're currently on a go for it. Here's Bourret pushing forward. 3-on-3 opportunity for the Thorns if they push it. Sinclair turning away from pressure, creating some space. Flies it on her right foot. Right in the middle. Long switching it. Weber attacking. He won't be able to get to that one. Not a bad idea with the switch there. It was on, just couldn't get to that ball.
Not too bad. I'd love to ask Sinclair if she just didn't like the shot, if it was a little too long for her, she just wanted to work the ball a little bit. Because again, I like to see that immediate attack from those forwards up top, just to put more pressure on the opposing team and get them a little bit off their game. Again, not against working the ball, just like to see really powerful attack as well.
It's the Thorns on top 1-0. Nadia Nadim's penalty kick in the 26th minute is the difference here in this first half. Second game of the Thorns Spring Invitational. We saw the U.S. U23s take down the Houston Dash 1-0 in the first match to kick off the tournament. Thorns will see the U23s on Wednesday at 7:30 before closing out the tournament on Saturday, April 1st against the Dash. Both of those games are right here on the live stream. And into Chicago with it, some better possession. They try and work it down the line. Wall is the intended target. Henri intercepting the ball. Quick turn. Long. Bourret loads of space. Like that time Rasso cut in, she played it out wide.
Yeah, she started to run. I think when Bourret saw her, she had to run to the outside, and then by the time Bourret, put her head down to serve, Rasso had stopped her run. So, and I think that's what they want to do. I think they want to put Rasso in at speed in that corner. So I, would like to see her as well continue that run.
Dalton, nice long ball back toward midfield. Lingenberg knocking it down. Sinclair through the middle. Splitting defenders. Again, Bourret's got a lot of room to operate on the near wing. Sonnet. Long. Thorns doing a good job of just being patient right now. Here's Menges. Bourret. Do you like the midfielders coming this far back to help out?
I do.
Win that possession?
theoretically, theoretically speaking, you want your midfielders are the most kind of most talented, players on the field, ball skills, control, kind of moving the ball around. So you want the ball at their feet. And again, it's not to take anything away from the defenders, but they're the ones they have great vision, great touch and everything. So you want them to come back. You want them to get the ball. And that's one of the things in the youth game we're having a little trouble with, is that the midfielders aren't getting found. They're not as mobile. And this is, I think, what you really want to see in the game for development and for that really good possession style soccer.
It's a long switch. Henry's open on the near wing.
Nice little touch from Henry.
Bourret playing it on the deck. Cleared away by Chicago. Bourret serving it back in.
Sometimes you forget how hard things are when you see people do things really well, Like that little touch from Henry, that long ball that she just takes down. She not only takes it down, but turns with it in one touch, and then is able with her second touch to play the next ball, which just speeds up the game and again makes it harder for the opposition to shut them down. Halftime
for Providence Park. Nadia Nadim's penalty kick goal is the difference. The Portland Thorns lead at 1-0. We'll take a break, come back with stats and highlights from this one. It's the 2017 Thorns Spring Invitational. The Thorns on top 1-0 over Chicago. Back after this timeout from Providence Park in Portland, Oregon. Halftime at Providence Park, the Portland Thorns on top of the Chicago Red Stars, 1-0. Nadia Nadim's penalty kick goal, the difference in the first half. As the Thorns kick off the preseason tournament here from Providence Park, we welcome you back in, everyone. Tom Kolker, Janine Sbarra, and we take a look at this first half. Your first thoughts here on the first half, Janine. Pretty good first half overall for the Thorns. They really, after the first few minutes, settled down and controlled possession and the tempo of this match.
They did, you know, and it's just really good to see. They're starting off in a really good place. Great possession, ball movement. They look good. I mean, for this early on, it looks really quality, and it looks like it's farther along in the season.
Fran's got a lot of tests early on in the match. How would you rate her first half performance?
She did have a couple, you know, and that big one off the shot. I mean, that ball was in. She saved a goal, and one of my coaches said to me a long time ago, you know, if you save one goal, you've done your job. So she's done more than that, and she looks really good. Let's
take a look at the first half highlights, and it was French early on in the 9th minute. And you can see the ball headed back to the middle. Reitzman got a lot behind this shot.
She did. She took it down and took her second touch really quickly. France was just able to, you know, take one step over, get a hand on it. Great save.
25th minute, good ball movement. Bure putting it in, and this was what set up the penalty.
Yeah, and Shim having to work back a little to get it to Long, but Long in a great position. You know, got in front of the defender and got fouled.
So it's Nadia Nadim stepping up, and she put this one away to put the Thorns up.
Nicely done. No question. Steps up strong, hits it well, great aim, and with enough strength, even with a hand on it, keeper couldn't do much.
37th minute, Red Stars almost equalized on a great ball played in by Casey Short. Alyssa Motz almost gets to it.
Gets right over the top of Klingenberg and just inches away from really doing some damage.
That was Chicago's best chance in the first half, that and the Reitzman shot. A lot of fans in attendance here for this preseason invitational, and take a look at some of the stats from this first half. You can see there the shots, the edge to Chicago, 4-3. Is that the biggest number that stands out to you in the first half?
Yeah, and going back to your point about what, you know, Thorns goalkeeper has been doing is, you know, doing a really good job and not letting those in.
There you can see the shots on goal, though, even 3 apiece, so the Thorns doing a better job of getting them on frame. Slight edge for France in terms of the saves, 3-2 to Dalton. Corner kick, Chicago, the big edge, 4-1, and the fouls pretty much even. So you think about this first half, you go to the locker room right now, what is Mark Parsons and what you know, he and the staff, what are they talking about right now with this group?
I think continuing to do the things that they want to do, that they are doing on the field, continue with the ball movement. I personally, I don't know what his take is on a little bit of the movement through the box with the goalkeeper. Sometimes it's a little bit too close, and you don't want it to be too close or be that pressured. And on the other end of the field, maybe just a few more individuals, you know, taking that quick turn and taking that quick shot. I think they can attack with just a little bit more urgency and be a little bit more threatening.
Do you feel like there were a few times where they were just outside the area where they said to maybe play it back or switch it versus attacking goal?
I do, you know, and also at one point Sink getting the ball, and oftentimes what happens, someone gets the ball, there's pressure on but on the sides, and they can go forward. They feel the pressure, and she went backwards in that situation. You know, she's one of the best players out there in the world. I want to see her turn to goal, look at it, and basically fire off that shot.
Let's take a look at the Thorns' upcoming schedule here in this preseason invitational. What's the game today? And then on Wednesday, 7:30, the US U23s, they defeated the Houston Dash 1-0 in the opening match of this tournament. And then the Thorns close out the tournament on Saturday, April 1st against the Dash at 7:30. The home opener, April 15th against the Orlando Pride, a noon start. You know, there'll be a huge crowd on hand for that one.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be, I think it's going to be an all-day event for that. It's going to be nice to see. You got the 23s coming up. They look good. We were able to watch them a little bit earlier. They got some people that are in and out of the full women's team. You've got people that are looking to play professionally on that team as well. So it's great to see them. And then as well, Houston looking dangerous and getting, you know, not having a nice preview of what to see. So it's going to be nice to see those teams and get ready for that home opener on the 15th.
That game will be on the Lifetime channel. Well, conditions much better than when we started. There was a heavy rain most of the day here in Portland, but the skies have cleared for the moment. What for you, Jimmy, what was the ideal playing conditions? Did you like it was a little cooler out there?
I liked it a little cooler depending on what position I was playing. Didn't always like when the field was wet and, you know, sloppy or anything, but cooler, makes everything move faster, makes you feel a little bit more energized getting in there, and just kind of keeps you going. So I always like these conditions.
It's like no changes for the Thorns. There was the one substitution where we saw Nadia Nadim come off. Now, we were told before that she's going to play about 30-35 minutes.
Yep.
And that's exactly where she was. Got the goal.
That was the plan.
And really like the effort we saw from her in the first half. Not only attacking, but getting back defensively, winning some balls.
Definitely. You know, there's not a shortage of players out there that work hard. I mean, this is a good, hard-working team, and definitely Nadim and Sinclair are at the top of that list with their work rate. And I think Long as well. I think that's, for me personally, it's been a little bit of a development in her game, and it's been absolutely wonderful to see. I'm so excited to see her trajectory and where she's going. She had a great year last year. She's with the women's team. You know, just doing wonderful things, and see those players develop and grow into what they can be. And again, this is what this league is partly about to me, and what it gives everybody.
And a long back-to-back NWSL best 11. Short has come out, so there was one substitution. Actually, a couple we'll get to him here momentarily, but second half just underway. Thorns operating right to left here in the second half. Tom Polker, Janine Spar, thanks for joining us here on the live stream. Thorns 1-0. If you were just joining us, it was Nadia Nadim's penalty kick goal in the 26th minute. That is the difference in this match so far. Marie trying to win it back. It's Shim through the middle. And Thorns will play it along the back line. Ali Long. Good ball toward midfield. Bouret. The ball down the line for Weber. Denoy getting back defensively, but it's a throw-in. One correction, in the Houston Dash were able to come back in that one and win 2-1. Good opening match of the tournament for the Dash, who Thorns will see on Saturday. Henry slipping it back to Klingenberg. Menges back to Franch.
So we get a chance to look at Profit this half, the Chicago Red Stars top draft of this last year.
Number 12 overall pick here, Sinclair. And Hoy, good work. Weber leaving it in the middle, a shot. Shim couldn't quite get onto it. Long was set up at the top of the box. And the Dash were able to win 2-1 earlier today, so a good opening game for them. Profit, the Big East Defensive Player of the Year. It'll be more of a midfielder here for Chicago, but a very high prospect.
Definitely, you know, and they already have a really talented midfield, so it's nice that they are able to kind of bolster that a little bit, bring that young player in with such great players like Colaprico and DiBernardo. I mean, she's just going to be, you know, have this great chance to grow and really help this team and show everything that she can do and give them a little bit more even.
Chicago, what adjustments do you see them trying to make here in the second half? I mean, they opened up the game really strong in the first 4 or 5 minutes, had that good look early on with Reitzman, but Thorns really took control of the game after that point.
I think just, you know, a little bit better job winning and taking care of the ball. You know, that's the hard part. You've got to get it, you've got to keep it, and they did that well in the very first opening minutes of the game. Were able to go at them, and then again, that's what the Thorns did. Took the ball, took care of it. You got a little movement from Shim. Come on, kind of get a little double team on Ali Long and getting him fouled.
Shim over this one. Thorns on top 1-0 here at Providence Park. It's their opening match of the 2017 Thorns Spring Invitational presented by Tillamook.
So we're looking to see if she's going to hit the same. A little bit of a different ball. Lays up on it a little bit. We're using a golf term, right? Hits it a little bit short. And you can always count on Mona Shim to do things differently, which is nice. You know, she's not going to just hit it long every time. So they're really trying different things out.
It was a wedge, maybe needed a
nine. Wedge, yeah.
Thorns win it back down the line for Weber. She's in the area, leaving it back. Sinclair trying to turn, has it poked off her foot. Good work by the Red Stars as they look to build on the far side of the field.
I'm starting to think I'm just greedy, but I want to see her hit that one.
Rasso playing it back, and it squirts through and cleared out of the area. And this game already opening up a lot here in the opening minutes of the second half. Menges plays it back in.
Where's look again for those momentum shifts, you know, and when you do statistics, you've got goals being scored in the beginning and the ends of halves, and right after goals are scored. So again, you know, you're coming out of halftime and looking at this and thinking, okay, you know, what's going to happen? You can see there's a little bit of instability, kind of people again trying to figure each other out and go at each other. So again, that excitement builds in the beginning.
Shim playing a long diagonal ball across the field. Sonnet. Shim, now she'll switch it to the near side from Menges. Menges last year in the WSL best 11. Not bad for a third round overall pick from 2014.
Not bad at all.
Only player to start all 20 matches last season. Dalton. Looking to play it toward midfield. Caffrey tried to go up for that one. Both teams look in control as it's flicked back into the middle. And now it's Chicago on the attack. Mott's down the line. She had that good header in the first half that just went over the crossbar. And how about Klingenberg is taking it off her foot?
That's just what I call smooth defending. I will take that and then we will go.
Here come the Thorns. Sinclair in a tight space has her pass deflected. Caffrey, she can't control it.
So you see, kind of going back, your point, asking what do they want to do coming out. See the difference in buildup in this last play. You roll back about a minute or two. Ball coming out of Chicago's.
There's that nice play by Klingenberg.
Yeah, just making sure that ball doesn't get past her, blocking it, and then able to get up and then play the ball forward. But going back to Chicago, you know, the goalkeeper are electing to hit the ball long, which essentially becomes a 50-50 ball. So there's no real buildup. And then the Red Stars, you know, have a hard time trying to basically win their own goal kick, their own goal kick back from their keeper. So again, how do you keep possession? How do you build? What do? You know, you've got to have a little bit higher percentage possession, keeping the ball and protecting the ball. Coming out where it's definitely yours, and that I think would be a big help for the Chicago Red Stars.
Does that mean they have to have more midfielders drop back to try and win that possession back and keep it a little longer?
It can be. I think, you know, Dalton, I think, had options back there. She had her backs in position that they weren't that pressured and could have gone forward, but she elected to kick long. And again, you know, you kind of just lump it in there almost, and you're asking people then to defend it or win their own kickback instead of doing something where they have a higher percentage chance of having the ball and keeping it.
Allie Long with space, 25 yards out to take a shot. It takes a deflection. And a corner kick here for the Thorns in the 53rd minute.
I'm always so selfish, you know. A player does what I want them to do. You know, I've been asking people to take the shot. She did, and the nice thing, she got something out of it. She did. She got a corner kick. So this is a really good, dangerous situation for the Thorns, and that attack mentality that I think is really helpful for a team.
Shim over it. Klingenberg sends just to her right. Shim will serve it in. Looking back post. Punched away by Dalton. Served right back in by the Thorns for Sinclair, headed away.
It's a really nice save by Dalton. She, you know, covered a lot of ground. The ball's about the top of the 6. Get that ball out of danger for her team.
There's a foul against Portland, and we'll go back to Chicago.
You can see she's got a little bit of pressure on the goalkeeper. She comes back, tracks it really well, and just kind of continues the motion of the ball out of danger to the other side of the box.
Can't have any fears, the goalkeeper, right, going after those
right
in the middle of a crowd.
No worries.
Long ball knocked down nicely off the volley by Klingenberg. Megan played every minute of every match in the World Cup run. 7 players on the squad did that. She was one of them. Chicago now attacking. McCaffrey on it. Trying to feed it toward the top of the area. One back by Portland.
Nice little skill by Mona Shim.
little bit better work here by Chicago. And there's a whistle and a foul. This will be a free kick from right in the center of the park. Dangerous spot, about 22 yards out.
A little bit of uncharacteristic scramble footwork wise. See Sonic kind of coming in and pressuring her really hard, and just a little bit. I think she needs just a little bit more kind of safety in that one. Back off just a little bit. You don't want to give away free kicks at the top of your 18 in the middle of the field.
So Profit is over it. Will it be the youngster from Marquette, Mary Luba, also there? Luba might be set up to hit it with the lefty. It will be Morgan Profit. Into the wall. Chicago retains possession, playing it down the line. No one able to make a run. That's going to go out for a goal kick. Good work there by the wall of the Thorns. Portland on top 1-0. If you're just joining us, Nadia Nadim in the 26th minute, a penalty kick goal that was drawn by Ali Long. The difference so far in the match. Klingenberg. Menges now. He leaves it for Klingenberg. Ball rolls out. It'll be a throw in for Chicago.
You can see a little bit of aggressive play. Klingenberg really having to hold her ground and battle against those forwards.
Good ball in toward the top of the air, squirts through. We'll go out for a goal kick. Better work here, though, by the Red Stars offensively. He's creating a little more pressure.
Yeah, definitely fighting, definitely working, working hard. They're not just kind of laying back and letting it happen, but they're trying to, go at this game and see what they can, press up top and cause any kind of mistakes to happen and win the ball back and get an opportunity.
Foul on Chicago there. Maria plays a long ball. Klingenberg not going to make a run for that one. Thought about it for about a half a second. Nope.
Yeah, I'm not going for that one.
Not that fast. You see head coach Mark Parsons in his second season, winning the Shield in his first year with Portland, previously with the Washington Spirit. And more subs getting set to take place here momentarily for the Thorns. Klingenberg keeps that one in. It's nodded forward by Chicago. Henry does a good job to win it. Now they switch sides. Some time and space here for Portland to work upfield. Operating right to left here in the second half. Bourret. It's like Kendall Johnson, Portland native. So almost got to it. And she wanted a throw in.
She has another gear I've never even heard of. Haley Rasso.
It's beyond fifth?
Yeah, beyond fifth. Beyond any gear that I know of personally.
So it is Kendall Johnson, University of Portland product, on for Megan Klingenberg. In about 58 minutes again.
Yeah, again, another plan.
Yep.
He's monitoring players. Klingenberg still, got a little soreness and stuff. So able to switch them in, and it's great to see Kendall Johnson out there. She's had kind of a long way back after injury and
missed all of last year.
Great player, wonderful, player for UP and in the local area as well. It's great to see her out there.
So number 12 overall pick in the 2013 draft by Sky Blue FC, and then making her way back to Portland. It's been 1 year with the Western Sydney Wanderers in the Australian Women's League.
Does the ball spin the other way in Australia?
It does.
Yeah.
From that. Henry, a little bit of room, pushing it forward. Rasso is taken down. Referee says play on. Sinclair. Work in possession here by the Thorns. They're getting it back, and she earns a throw-in. 1-0 Portland on top. Some subs getting set to check in for the Red Stars. Obviously, this being preseason, you get a little more than your normal 3 substitutions. Thorns on the attack. Henry working through the middle. Good ball down the line. Here's Kendall Johnson. Johnson, edge of the 18, working toward the byline. Still with it. Trying to keep it in play. Ball stays in bounds.
Maybe a call for the grab on that one.
Subs in for Chicago. Lauren Caskey, Summer Green getting set to check in, along with Simone Colander. Some of these players you mentioned kind of worked with Janine at some of the youth levels for the U.S. team.
I did, yeah.
Correct?
Playing, I think, with the 15s, the U15 team. So these players have been around a long time. I mean, they're not that old, but they've gone through the youth system, and so it's great to see them out here playing professionally after their college years.
Shim, Long, Rasso, Bourret, time and space, lobbing it down the middle. That time for Sinclair. Been impressed with Celeste Bourret here in this match this afternoon.
Yeah, she's solid.
First start, yeah.
She's solid. It's always funny as a defender when you don't have any questions, and that's the biggest compliment you can give someone, Unsung heroes, the defensive line, I tell you.
Dangerous ball, but one played strongly by Menges, and now be pushed out to the other side for Sonnet. I did an MLS game earlier this year, and Orlando City had a midfielder playing right back, and he was really good.
Yeah.
He was fitted naturally. You never would have known he was a midfielder.
I think some of that's fear. Fear is a great motivator, You put me in the wrong position, and holy cow, I run faster than I know I could.
Weber with a nice turn. Sinclair making the run.
Great little ball played in over the top. What a great touch.
2 defenders closing out Sinclair on the far side of the field, and it'll be a throw-in. Sinclair's going to leave it for Bourret. Portland on top 1-0, 62nd minute. There's a bright thing in the sky. It might be the sun.
I don't know what that
or
is.
it's just the lights coming on the stadium. I'm not sure.
That's located in the same place where that other gear is that I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
The sun and that other gear.
I'm not familiar. Ball going back to Chicago. Chicago's played a little bit better here in the second half in terms of pressuring. Still looking for their first goal of the match, but some better work here by the Red Stars early on. Another sub getting set to come in for the Thorns. It's going to be Ashley Herndon. Dalton surveying her options. Play it long up toward McCaffrey. Nods it forward. Here's a chance for Chicago. Nice sliding play by Sonnet. Wow. Time took it right off the foot of Colander.
You can really see that impact Summer Green already has coming into the game. A little bit of speed, great skill to play that ball in.
Branch not as busy so far here in the second half. Had that great save in the first half off of Courtney Reitzman. A bullet that was headed upper 90, got a piece of it, and knocked it off the crossbar. Keeping it scoreless in the 10th minute at that point. Menges play it back to her goalkeeper. All right, trying to get there. Lost it momentarily, got it back. And now the ball worked up the field. Rasso spinning away from traffic. Shim going right down the middle, looking for Long to make the run.
That was a great ball in. Right on that edge, it's just a little bit farther out. If they're a little bit lower on the field when it's served, it doesn't really go into Dalton's space, and she's able to kind of run onto it, But again, it's a great ball. I mean, that's really nice. Again, like the attack.
And as Chicago's going to press more here in the second half, you're going to get more opportunities to play a little bit more direct.
You kind of catch them off. Yeah, definitely.
We're trying to win that one. Balls to Menges. Now Long in the center circle. She'll look to go direct. Time Rasso cut in. Gillian. 1-0. Portland on top. Nadia Nadim's penalty kick goal in the 26th minute. The difference so far here in the match. It'll be Portland against the U23s on Wednesday at 7:30. Then they'll close out the tournament on Saturday against the Dash, who picked up the 2-1 win earlier today against the U23s. Chicago controlling in the blue and red. Taken right back by Weber. Now Shim some room to operate down the left flank. Good recovery that time by the Red Stars. Johnson to Henry.
We've got Taylor Kumo on the outside, the number 7. He used to play for the Thorns. I think it was 2 years ago. Got picked up, and now, you know, is having a good career somewhere. She did a great job for the Thorns when she was here, and it's again nice to see players continuing and developing their game.
Mangus. Johnson, good ball down the line. Weber trying to get there. McCaffrey back defensively. Can't keep it in, and that'll be a corner for the Thorns. Nice little ball by Kendall Johnson.
Yeah, getting some good things in there and able to establish herself. It's so, like I said, you know, I don't want to sound like a broken record. It's just great to see her back.
Jim over to take this. The crowd coming to life at Providence Park. Jim serves it in. Sinclair trying to get there, cleared out by the Stars. Bure playing it back post, knotted on, and in the net. No, the flag's up.
A little bit offsides. You have to be super excited about that. It's a great play. I have a feeling Sonnet was just caught a little bit higher there on the cross. Finds Allie Long anyway, you know, even though she's cheating just a little bit. Kind of runs when the ball, right before the ball is served, I think, and so, which puts her offsides. Defense steps just a little bit, doesn't take much. You just have to be slightly in front. Again, I mean, it's a great finish by Allie Long. You know, the play still works. They still did the right things. It's just a tad bit of timing, that's it. So it's a good sign for the Thorns.
Ashley Herndon on for Mana Shim. Her afternoon is done. We'll see if Herndon slides into that number 10 role, or do they shift something else around?
Looks like she is right now, starting at least in a little that higher position.
Mangus playing it back. French. For Long. Right back to Long. Nice ball. Weber with a step. Good recovery that time.
Okay. Taylor Kumo, good defender. Giving Mallory the run.
Weber had a step on her.
Yeah. But some great play out of the midfield for the Thorns.
Sinclair serving it in. It's knocked down. One just couldn't square it.
They always say that's the one that stays with you that you keep seeing, right? Sink hits a great ball trying to find Long. Just a really difficult. It takes a little bit of a bounce. It kind of comes off her kind of awkwardly that she didn't have enough space behind her, but great positioning. Well done.
Good chance for the Thorns in the 68th minute. Portland still on top, 1-0. Red Stars looking to attack. It's one right back by Allie Long. Mangus now some room up the field.
Just so many problems that are cut out before they become problems, you know, and that's such a great sign.
Marine likes to go back. Branch.
Yeah, there's no problem with going back, and they're showing that patience. And again, that goes back to the difference in what's happening both with momentum and, you know, in the run of play, and the Thorns being really doing a good job, I should say, of taking care of the ball and keeping it and not trying to rush forward. You know, they just got a little bit of a missed touch on the outside here, but still trying to stick to the game plan, build the play, take care of the ball.
Romao trying to get around Weber. Good work toward the 18. And Long winning it back. Chicago controls still on Thorns half.
Nice little touch from Profit.
Profit. The ball into the area. Later trying to make a run, just couldn't quite get there.
Profit, you know, we talked about her a little bit before, her youth and great experience and all the things that she's done, and she hasn't had to do, or hasn't done too much, but really subtle things she's done really, really well. You know, she looks good.
83 appearances at Marquette. Big East Defender of the Year.
He's like, Big East. I'm like, I'm from the West Coast. I'm like, Big East.
That's right.
Pac-12.
Who are your biggest rivals? What teams did you look forward to playing the most?
Oh, geez Louise. Back in the day, well, let's see, there were the Cave Women, and there was the, I don't know. There were far less teams when I played. I played a long time ago. But North Carolina was the biggest one, and we faced them in the Final Four twice. My freshman year in the semis, and then my sophomore year in the finals. So
no love for the Tar Heels?
No, nor that color blue.
There's Rasso.
It's like two people just going for the ball. Just hit a straight leg. Does not feel good.
Knees maybe collided there. And the last thing you want is any kind of injury in preseason, obviously.
That's that. That almost looks like that Abby Wambach play. And I'm not even going to say it. When she hurt her leg. So hopefully she's okay. Hopefully she got, if it's her shin, and she got part of the shin guard underneath that cleat.
Well, it's the Thorns on top, 1-0 here in the 71st minute. Let's take a look back and show you how they scored the goal. And it started in the 25th minute on a good sequence.
Monshum working hard to keep that ball forward. Allie Long getting fouled in the box.
Nadia Nadim.
Ice steps up, no problem.
9 goals last year to match their jersey number. Puts that one away, and that's our goal of the match thus far.
You always count on her.
Well, good to see Rasso up on her feet on the far side. Just trying to shake it off.
Very good, definitely.
Timbers falling yesterday at Columbus, their first loss of the year. Great start for the Timbers. They were 3-0-0 prior to that one.
That was a bit of an exciting game.
That was a great back and forth game.
Yeah.
T2 opened up their season here last night, falling 2-1 to the Real Monarchs, but exciting to have everybody back in the full swing of things now with the Thorns underway in this tournament.
This is the season. I think everybody's ready from the look at it. Good crowd out there. People are always excited to see their team start again.
It's talking to a lot of people in the area. It's amazing how many people have season tickets to both the Thorns and Timbers. They just love seeing soccer no matter who it is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The ball in.
Well, everybody plays. You know, I think there's only about 150 people in Oregon, and they all play soccer. No, I'm kidding. So.
You coach all of them.
And I coach all of them, all of the kids. No, but you know, it's a good-sized state. Great, you know, people that live here in Oregon and just love their soccer. The kids, parents, all the families. You know, it's just great to see.
Chicago working. Ball toward the byline. Leonard playing it across. He's opening up a little bit more here for the Red Stars. There's a shot from distance. Branch, no trouble.
Nice strike, a little bit straight right at the goalkeeper, not too difficult.
Speaking of local products, it was great a couple weeks ago. If you missed it, Marco Farfan grew up in Portland, part of the Timbers Academy, made his debut at 18 against the Galaxy in LA. Had to go back to high school on Monday. Centennial. Asked him if he was able to use that, you know, with his teachers as an excuse not to turn in homework. Like, listen, a little busy.
A little busy.
I was in LA, kind of make my MLS debut.
Got this MLS game going on.
I said, did any of your friends have no idea that you were playing Major League Soccer this weekend? I said, yeah, a couple. Typical high school kids.
Couple, all of them.
More subs here for the Thorns. We see some players getting set to come in, including Megan Cox. And Carolyn Flynn getting set to check in as well. There's Allie Long, and just one of the members of so many on this team that are part of the U.S. national squad. Tobin Heath, Lindsey Horan, Long, and Klingenberg.
Yeah, going away just briefly for that international window before the season starts, so they'll be out for a little bit, but won't be going long. And again, like you said, you know, everybody's back for the season, so that's nice. There's no major tournament this year. It'd be nice not to have those players gone for any big chunk. But it's great to see her out now, see her here now, and you can just see why she's being called into the team, and she's playing so well, working hard, getting up and down the field, both, you know, offensively and defensively. She's doing a lot out there.
How about Tobin Heath last year, setting a single season record, 10 assists.
Unbelievable. Talk about, I'd love to see a stopwatch on her feet. I mean, she's got some quick feet. She does a lot of crazy, wonderful things.
That's always a challenge too, right? As a head coach, you come up with tactics and formation, but a lot of that too is how do you get the best players the ball the most often so they can be dangerous. Right.
Well, that's part of that piece, right? Where you're basically working interlocking ideas, right? Not just the best players, but then player combinations and who do they play next to, and how does that bring out those good things? Just like, you know, Mark talked about attacking players and what their strengths are, and how you play to those strengths, and you get the team on the same page. And that's, you know, the thing that you find out in the preseason in some of these games, and, you know, trying to tool what your lineup is and who's going to fill what roles.
76 minute. Thorns on top. Joined us late, Nadia Nadim. Penalty kick goal in the 26th minute. Set up on a ball in from Bourret, headed forward by Shim, and Ali Long got taken down in the box. Nadia Nadim buried it. Here's Henri, who's had a good match. Finds Long. A little bit of space along the near sideline. Quick touch. Flynn. Long leaving it down the line for Kendall Johnson. Johnson surveying, trying to play it in, and that will go out. Let's see if it's a throw-in or a corner.
I think he's got the throw. Just kind of missing that swing.
Long working toward the corner flag. Ball stays in play. Long turning away from pressure. Now around to pick. Still into the shot.
Why not? I thought it's awesome. You work that hard, that's smart, and that's the beauty to see those two things together, hard and smart, right? Getting into the box, get something out of it, like take your shot.
That was almost like a basketball pick there. I think Flynn set it up.
This is just,
or Kendall Johnson.
She's just so confident on the ball. Gets around that defender, gets into the box. It's like, all right, coming at you, sister.
Yeah, I think she saw Dahl maybe leading a little bit, thought, I'm going to give this one a go.
Yeah, it's good.
Chicago trying to go the other way. Profit playing it out wide, that red by the Thorns. Sinclair. Sinclair just 11 appearances last year. Called away for a lot for international duty. We could probably see her in the lineup a little more often. We're a fan of the Thorns. Now the ball switched out wide. Cox. Ali Long serving it in. Henri heading it toward the top of the six. Sinclair trying to knock it down. Thorns continue to attack. Got it across the area. Not out of danger yet. Henri getting it back to Long. Left wing. Ali Long trying to cut inside. More pressure
That's
here
an
for Portland.
explosive series. I think Herndon didn't miss the shot opportunity in the middle of all that. She was in about the top of the D and had a chance and kind of looked to pass it again.
Johnson trying to turn. Long. Henri. 10 players, well, 9 players behind the ball right now for Chicago. Just trying to hold on. Keep it a 1-0 game. Finally, the Red Stars win it back momentarily.
It's a pretty powerful attack from the Thorns. You know, you've got some major changes and people that have come in, and, you know, it's almost
Fresh
as
legs.
if they stepped it up, right?
79th minute. Herndon. Bouret with time and space in the middle of the field. Looking for Sinclair.
Just kind of ran out of space just a little bit again. A little bit high up the field. That ball kind of runs away from her. It has to be either really tight onto her, or they need more space behind for Sinclair to get in back of it.
Overall, if you're part of the coaching staff for the Thorns, got to be pretty happy with this first performance in the tournament here today.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're consistent. You know, again, they're playing to the plan, to what Coach Parsons wants them to do, which is always really important. You know, you train these things. You want people to be on the same page, have a style, have an idea of, you know, where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do. And I think they're doing a great job with that. So I think it's really positive. And again, you know, he has them playing really good soccer.
Kendall Johnson. And earns a whistle. Johnson has been part of the U20 and U23 squad for the U.S. Part of that group that won the U20 2010 CONCACAF women's title. Here's Morgan Prophet, number 12 overall pick in the last draft, pushing it out wide to the far side of the field. Romao. Thorns continuing to press. Nolan will elect to go short. Not looking upfield, but a long ball down the middle. Olander spinning away from pressure. Good work. They switch the point of the attack out wide. There's Herndon. Good job by the Thorns to win it back. Unless they make any other changes, at least it looks like Ali Long is going to go the full 90. Seeing Klingenberg taken out. Horan not able to go today, or we may see her later this week, but not playing in this one. And the flag up along the near side.
Yeah, jumpers, I'm glad to see her stay out there. I want to keep watching her play. She really is running that midfield. I mean, Henri is there as well and doing a great job. But Ali Long is just, you know, involved a little bit more percentage of the time and is really, like, just helping her team out so much.
Here's Sinclair. Looking around. Cleared back toward midfield, but it falls to Henri. Sinclair now push it out wide. The Thorns attacking down the right flank. There's another opportunity. Pass takes a deflection. 83rd minute. Portland on top. 1-0. And there's a foul. That's going to go against Sonnet.
Some slight disagreement on that call from the fans.
Olander, the intended target on that long ball down the middle. Long.
Some good ball movement from the Red Star, you know. Once they get it, they're doing a good job. I think part of it, going back to, again, keep asking that question of what needs to change and what they need to do. It's just the Red Star aren't pressuring the Thorns quite enough. They're not putting enough pressure on the ball to really force them to do anything. So with that extra time, there is the confidence, there is the great ball movement side to side, up and back, going through the midfield. They're able to work it a little bit more, and so you're seeing them hold the ball and have, you know, greater majority of the possession in the game.
French been pretty quiet this half. Made that huge save in the 9th minute off of Courtney Ratzman's bullet that she got a piece of and deflected off of the crossbar. It was a big play early on to keep it scoreless. One of the better opportunities in the first half for the Red Stars. Here they are attacking down the wing. Green turning away from pressure. It's a good job to get it to Motts, who had that header in the first half. Just went over top of the crossbar. Profit now from distance. Can't get it on frame. Not a bad idea.
No, not at all. She's a good, strong player. You know, she's hit a couple really nice, good long balls. She's off balance on that shot. It's not, you know, quite the perfect thing that she wanted. But, you know, she got some good strength on it when she's kind of falling over. She's a good, strong player.
Thorns will be back in action Wednesday night. They'll take on the U.S. U-23s, who fell 2-1 to the Houston Dash in the opening match of this tournament. Here's a chance for Chicago. The shot! Time and space that time.
Really nice turn by the Chicago Red Star player. She, you know, did a great job. She got a little bit more on the kind of the side of the ball. May have had a chance to curl in a little bit, but didn't quite hit it in the right place.
First time we've really seen Thorns fall asleep a little bit at the wheel there as Lubo's wide open at the top of the box. Good chance though for Chicago there in the 86th minute to equalize. Still not over yet. Thorns playing direct.
Such a good ball over the top. Kasky.
Green. Motts. Johnson there to alleviate the pressure, play to midfield. Chicago though feeling it a little bit. They continue to attack down the left wing. Pushing players forward. That shot blocked. Kasky. We go the other way. Away with some room. Here comes the counter by the Thorns. Long now. Working down the left wing, pushing it down the line. Flynn. And a corner kick upcoming. Nice counterattack.
Very nice. You know, push the ball forward really quickly. Got some numbers. 4v6 really in the end, but it's nice to see the Thorns continuing on in the 86th minute to try to go forward and get something else.
Well, it'll be Herndon to take this with Shim out of the game. Long has been the intended target on most of these set pieces.
Yeah, Long in the front of the box and Henry in the back of the box.
Herndon playing it in the air. And it's going to be a foul, interference against Dalton.
Dalton trying to get the ball and play quickly and use the rest of the time that they have.
Long wing that ball, but Chicago getting it back. Some better movement here by the Red Stars the last few minutes. Still just a one-goal game. 88th minute. Reeves dribbling out of traffic, spinning around. Long, getting right back to her. Henry through the middle. Henry with it on her right foot. Good work defensively by Naughton.
So again, there's that good patience. Coming out, letting your team set up just a little bit. Trying to find the players and work the ball through the middle.
Sinclair from Johnson. Herndon. We'll give and go with Flynn. Nice ball. Herndon just couldn't keep that one in.
Should have touched that with the other foot so it stays in bounds.
There's a chance for Chicago to attack. Luba. Edge of the box. The shot. Punched over top by Branch. And Chicago not done yet.
Great ball to get him. They're still knocking. Just play that ball in over the top. Kind of catches the backs off a little bit. Great recovery from the Thorns. Try to slow them down a little bit. And Branch is right there.
Here's an opportunity. Luba will send in the ball. And get a lot behind it. Only able to clear it out of the danger area. We're in the 90th minute at Providence Park. Thorns on top 1-0. Chicago throwing everybody forward.
See Ali Long still pressuring the ball, working really hard up there.
Sinclair wins it. Christine Sinclair trying to play it across. Thorns control. Played along the deck, looking for Sinclair. Takes a deflection, it'll fall to Dalton. We'll have 1 minute of stoppage time. This game not done just yet. We've seen some better pressure by Chicago here the last few minutes. Well, squirts through the middle. Thorns like to just play along back onto Chicago's half of the field. 10 seconds away from stoppage time. Long direct ball. Luba the intended target. Johnson hits it straight up in the air. 1 minute to go. Chicago looking for one last push. And sending everyone forward.
See, Chicago's got 5 players along that back line.
Long ball played over the top. Colander, the intended target, nodding it forward, trying to box out Johnson. We're in stoppage time. We split defenders momentarily, and we're keeping it in, and then we'll concede the corner kick. But one more chance here for Chicago in stoppage time.
You see, Henri was trying to not give away the corner kick. She tried to take that little second half step over the ball and just couldn't quite get her foot around it.
Luba will serve this one in. Last chance here for Chicago to equalize. Top of the 6 comes out the other side, knocked down. Played into the middle. Profit. The shot takes a deflection. It's still loose. Cleared away. And that is it. The Thorns hold on for the 1-0 win. Credit to Chicago. They fought hard at the end there.
Well,
made it interesting. But
well
Thorns
tried with a little bit of drama in there.
Yep.
Was it, hey, let's just keep this going.
Mark Parsons gets the win. The Thorns open up the tournament with a 1-0 victory. And now they'll get set to take on the U23s on Wednesday at 7:30. You can catch that one right here on our live stream. Dash taking down the U23s 2-1 in the first match of this tournament, but Nadia Nadim's penalty kick goal proves to be enough here.
Will stand, yeah. That's going to be the difference in the game. And again, it's good play to get that ball in and get Shim working hard. Ali Long getting in position. You know, again, playing a great 90 minutes. She really worked hard.
U23s this Wednesday. Tickets available at thornsfc.com/tickets. If you look back at this, you'd like to say kind of went to script for Mark Parsons and his staff. You think they got everything accomplished they wanted to here in this first preseason match? Yeah,
I think so. You know, they, like you said, they really did stick to the script. The players are doing what the coach is asking them to do, and it's working. It looks good. There's always fight to me. At this point, they look really good. They're in a good place for what the last 4 weeks of work has put in, and show that out there on the field.
Well, let's take you through the highlights from this one and show you how the Thorns got the 1-0 victory in their opening match of the Spring Invitational. Now between these two teams that both made it to the playoffs last year, and it started in the 9th minute, and the first good chance of the game goes to Chicago.
Yeah, and Sana was able to get her head on this ball, but a great 2-touch shot, and French was just a great save. I mean, she just got her feet over, she got her hand up on it. That was a goal. Saved the goal right there.
He's been able to get a lot behind that shot. 25th minute. Here's what leads to the penalty.
Great ball in by Wu-Ray. Monashim working really hard, and Ali Long just in the right place, get taken down.
So does Nadia Nadim step up for the Thorns. She had 9 goals last year.
With authority, strength, precision, gets it right. Even though the keeper gets a hand on it, ball still goes in.
We move on. Second half. 77th minute, it's Ali Long.
Ali Long schooling people, getting around the defenders, and then I'm going to take that shot.
So one last burst for Chicago in the 89th minute.
Start with French, end with French. Great job by the defenders to slow her down a little bit. Great positioning by the goalkeeper. Save.
France really positioned to take over that #1 spot. How would you assess her overall performance here this afternoon?
She looks solid. She looks good. She had some things she had to do. I wouldn't say she was overly busy, which is good. You don't want her to be overly busy because that's a bad sign for your defenders. But enough action that you can really see some things how she's doing. Is she's staying in tune with the game? Is she concentrating the whole time? Is she able to move a little bit? She did have that early ball she came out on the cross. Wasn't as smooth as probably I'd like to see her. But again, they are where they are, right? And it's good. Everything looks really good, and they're doing what they should do. And it's nice to have an indication of things that they need to work on, and then they go and train from here.
1-0 win for the Thorns here to open up the 2017 Spring Invitational. Appreciate you joining us here on the stream for this one. We'll be back on Wednesday night as the Thorns take on the U23s. For Janine Sparra, I'm Tom Colker. Thanks so much for joining us. Portland Thorns, a 1-0 win over Chicago in the opening match of the 2017 Spring Invitational. Have a great night, everyone.